Come and work out. I'll be in the building, and we'll start there. Let's start the conversation.
Yeah, look, this is defeating to all players as a whole, but it's a win for Odell Beckham Jr. in this respect. He doesn't want to start behind the eight ball with a new regime and a new coordinator, new philosophy. So, therefore, you still got to produce, whether you get a contract or not. So learn the plays. That said, every single player out there, they learn how small their hammer really is in terms of leverage, swinging the leverage. Every player talks about, Le'Veon Bell, I might retire if I don't get a contract.
That's what I'm saying.
All these guys keep saying it, but they can't do that.
That's why if you don't follow through, then it becomes hollow.
Well, how much of this has to do also with some of the stuff that came out in the offseason about questionable videos?
Yeah, that cigarette and that lady in the world, yeah.
And some powdered donuts, that's all.
Hey, look, the old saying goes, if you sing it, bring it. Odell and other players can't bring it.
What's singing?
Moving on, feuding Patriots. I made that up.
Okay.
Reports of tension between Belichick and Gronk continue to leak out of New England. The Boston Herald reported Belichick ripped Gronk in front of teammates for being a TB12 client last season, as Belichick aimed to keep other players from following the instructions of Alex Guerrero instead of the team's training staff. Since I'm the professional athlete on the set, as you tell, let me start this off by saying the TB12, look, this is a bigger indictment on guys and the conflict of interest between teams, trainers, and who your trainer should be, who your medical person should be. I tell all future professional athletes, when you get your agent, when you get your financial advisor, also get your own team doctor. Team you, Team Incorporation, Marcellus Wiley, whoever it may be. Because we're tired of the days of getting a second opinion. Your team doctor should be your first opinion. Kawhi Leonard comes to mind. Guys have to protect themselves when they have the leverage in terms of potential and production. But when you put a reduced product on the field because you're listening to the team's doctor who has the team's best interest in mind first instead of yours, moments like this occur.
You mentioned Kawhi Leonard, who plays for the San Antonio Spurs, and the very similar situation with the Patriots is these are franchises that we never used to hear any of this stuff come out about.
Right.
And now we're starting to hear Grumpy's in San Antonio, obviously what's going on in New England. My question is why? Who leaked this information out, and what does that person or persons have to gain for this? I get what you're saying from a practical perspective. I'm looking at it from a journalist perspective. We never used to get this information out of New England.
They're tired of the suppression.
It's getting leaked out, and we need to figure out why.
You know, Pat Riley likes to call it the disease of me. When you start winning, eventually you start feeling yourself, and you start realizing, yeah, they don't have my best interest at mind. So you know what? I'm going to go do my own thing to make sure I take care of brand X right here.
There you go. Let's move on to a place I'm very familiar with for bad reasons. But let's talk about Dallas's Dez dilemma, DDD. And the Cowboys begin their offseason program next week, and Dez Bryant's future with the team remains in doubt. Bryant set to make $12.5 million this season and count $16.5 million against the salary cap. Yesterday, Jason Garrett said he has not spoken to Dez, but noted the moves he made at the receiver position were designed to create competition. So, George, could those moves keep or cut Dez?
Well, listen, Dez has got to realize that the last 3 years of his career have not been what we saw the first several years of his career. And I think that becomes a really difficult situation, Marcellus. You're talking about, you played in it. It's the most competitive people in the world play professional sports. And it's hard to look in that mirror and say, I don't got it the same way I used to have it anymore. But if he's smart, he realizes, and the Cowboys come to him and say, you know what, let's work this out a little bit. Let's cut your salary. Let's keep you here because we value you more than someone else on the outside will value. You can keep your legacy intact as a Cowboy.
I absolutely agree with you. I mean, I believe he's going to renegotiate and stay there because he knows that it's actually better for him long term. You saw what Jerry Jones did with Tony Romo. You can get that same treatment that no matter what, you're his guy. You get to ride it into the sun. What you don't want to do is go to a different team that's expecting you to perform at a high level. You can't reach that level, and now all of a sudden you're bouncing around the league as a malcontent as opposed to going out as a legacy.
In a world where we're telling Odell Beckham Jr., hey, let's rip up that contract and get paid more because you overachieved. When you underachieve, guess what? You should get paid less. That said, this is a play. They are playing Dez for the fool. They're waiting for all options to be moved off the table for Dez Bryant and then say we need to reduce that salary. Right now, they're not even having the discussion because they know Dez will have options. If once that draft hits and everything hits, then they're going to say, Dez, Gonna take that pay cut? If not, go out there in the open market. Oh, there's no open market anywhere because now it's pretty much closed. Dez, watch yourself. Go in there first and handle this business.
Jerry can say, hey, Des, go see Marcellus. He has some of my money.
Oh, yeah, I got some of that money. I ain't got enough for Dez right now, but I got some of that money.
You thief!
Can't you tell by this suit I got some of that money? Bad news, y'all. Time for 3 years. Let me try to bring up my past. First year for Brian McCann, Astros, Padres. And McCann, he's going to
Yes,
flip
you
over.
can.
Oh,
no, you
trying to
can't.
catch the foul ball.
That's why when you take the fun out of the game, Brian McCann, you're a fun killer. So that's what
Way to
happens.
sell out for it, brother, in a good way of selling out.
Oh, you made a
Did he
good
come up
jump,
the
bro.
ball? I think he did. And 2 years for Danny Welbeck, Premier League, soccer. Welbeck, misses the easy go.
Zlatan would have made that.
If it is.
So Jorge made that?
Jorge would have definitely made
I
it.
know
Yeah,
George
right,
couldn't,
right.
but Jorge made
Well,
it.
the guy standing here at this desk would have made it George. Back in the days, growing up in Miami, maybe. 3 years for Eric Hosmer. Is it Hosmer?
How come we only Jared
Back to
baseball?
Houston. He runs the ball. And the game winning score.
Man,
Basically, they lost.
you
Look
losing
at
the
that.
game on that
Yeah.
ball? On that ball?
What, too bright?
He's from the 954. He's not from the 305. That's why I have to smoke.
Coming up,
hamstring.
76ers have won 14 straight games that don't appear to be slowing down. No, they don't. But are they good enough to make the conference finals in the East? We'll talk about it next.
This is Sports Nation.
Sports Nation is presented by